Today, we present to you the third part of our multi-part interview with Carolyn Sharett.
Can you share about some awards and recognitions that American Preparatory Academy got over the years?
We have over 44 Best of State awards. That's
Wow.
a lot, right?
Yeah.
And for things like administration,
Yes.
Best of State for special education,
Yes.
Best of State for music and
Yes.
after-school music. A big part of a classical school that I didn't mention is we do music and art, and
Yes.
that's a very important part, which a lot of public schools have had to cut out of their budgets for some reason, but we still include those. I guess one that I'm really proud of is that we were #1 in Utah for college preparation,
Yes.
according to U.S. News and World Report, in 2022, I believe, maybe 2021 as well. We've received the Charter School of the Year award before from the Charter School Association. And in 2016, our West Valley 1 campus had the highest growth score of all schools in the state of Utah in reading.
Wow.
So that was it's a high immigrant
Can you
campus.
explain that
Yes.
a little bit? Yes.
So that is a high immigrant campus. It's called the School for New Americans, and we're looking at really welcoming and helping and facilitating families who are new here.
Yes.
And so at that school, a lot of the students haven't had good reading instruction before they've come here.
Correct.
They might have been somewhere where they couldn't get really good education.
Absolutely.
And so we bring them in and we just get really aggressive on teaching reading. And in 2016, that campus had the highest growth score, meaning from the beginning of the year to the end of the year, they made the most progress in reading.
Wow.
So not the highest score in the state, right?
Yeah.
But the most growth. So that's our
the
goal.
most important part.
Yeah. How quickly can we get students to mastery in these skills?
That's an award everyone should be proud of.
Yeah.
And kudos to all the teachers and the staff in 2016.
Well, and let me just bring that up a little bit more recently. Last summer, the Stanford University issued a charter school report.
Okay.
It was their third one that they do about every 5 years. And it's very comprehensive, and it's based on how do charter schools do academically compared to public schools and other schools. They're taking all of the data from all charter schools, K through 12, across the country.
Yes.
And every 5 years, they're issuing this very robust report about, the first report showed that charter schools and public schools were about the same as far as academic achievement.
Okay.
The second report, which had been about 5 years ago, it showed that charter schools were pulling ahead.
Okay.
And especially with immigrant populations, ELL populations, we were teaching a higher proportion of them and teaching them more effectively. But then there's one that came out last summer showed that that had even grown more. So in this report, they have a whole section called gap busting schools or gap busting systems.
Yes.
Busting the achievement gap between ELL students or low income students and others.
Yeah.
And American Prep was named the only gap busting system in Utah that achieves for both reading and math for our students. So we were really excited to get the designation as a gap busting school.
Very good.
And that's given us a lot of excitement to keep pushing hard in this area.